Hey everyone, I'm in Elden Ring. Here's a quick tutorial on the map, how to access it, how to use it. So if you're on the Xbox, you hit screens button, which is the one to the left of the Xbox logo, and you will get this screen here. Now if you can't see a map, if it's just plain area with some of these dots on it, it's because you haven't discovered the map for the area. The map is located at the Gatefront ruins, and you'll see a big sort of kind of stone pillar with a load of writing on the front of it, and if you go to that, it'll give you the map for this area. Anyway, that's not so important at the minute, but it just looks prettier. To zoom, you can use your right stick to go up, we'll zoom in, or move it down to zoom out, and you can see we're just in Limgrave here. This is the only area I've got at the minute, so that's what we're located on. You've got sites of grace, are these areas that you discover by going up to them and touching them, and then once you've got those you can fast travel to any of them, and what's quite nice is you can do those at any point in the game. You don't need to be by like a fast travel sign or anything. So if I want to fast travel anywhere, I just hover over one of these, hit A, and I will travel to there. I won't do that quite at the minute, I'll do that just at the end. Your location is shown with this sort of little weird arrow thing here, so this is where I am and I'm pointing in that direction, so I'm pointing towards Gatefront ruins. You've also got northwest, east, south on the top right, just to give you an idea of what's going on there, and the bottom right of your interface for this particular place shows you where you are, so we're late day at the minute. You can also place beacons on here or markers to try and help you figure out useful things that you want to go and revisit later. So for example, if we wanted to highlight something about Gatefront ruins, maybe there's something on here that we need to look at, we could use a marker. So markers on the Xbox are accessed with X, but it might be a different button. If it's a different one, it should show down the bottom of the screen for you. So if I hit X for the marker, these are the different markers that I've got that I can use. So I've got a sword, I've got a skeleton, person, all these things. So you have to use something that kind of makes sense. So maybe a treasure chest. Let's say I discover that there's a treasure chest around here and I want to go back to it at some point. I could use this marker. So I'm moving between them with my D-pad. And then I can place that onto the screen here. So I'm moving the left stick to move around where I want to place stuff, and then the D-pad to where I want to access things. I do know that there's a very annoying sort of big boss thing here, big giant thing, so I could put a marker there just to remind me that there's this thing here. I'm free to put as many of these on the screen as I want, up to 100 of them, so I can put them all over the place. We can put another one here and another one here. The downside that you've got is if you want to remove any of these, that could be a bit more fun. So if you just hover over it, you can remove it. So you can see the option down the bottom changes, so it says remove marker or back. So as I'm hovered over to it, I hit A and it will remove that marker for me. So it's fairly easy to do. If you've put markers all over the place and want to get rid of the lot, if you hit the down button, you can remove all markers, and it'll say you want to remove them, really? And it defaults to no, but you can move the left D-pad to yes and go yes, and hey presto, they're all gone. If we want to get out of this markers mode, we hit the B to back button, and then we can zoom out again here. The other thing that you've got, which can be very useful if you're trying to get to a particular area, is the beacon option, which gives you a whooping great big sort of light in the sky, which will help you see where something is even if it's miles off. So for example, there is an option down here to go and see a merchant who can sell you a bow, and if you wanted to mark it with a beacon, you can press A to mark it, and then you see we've got this kind of blue light. We can remove the beacon if we want by hitting A here, or we can place another beacon over here. Now if you place multiple beacons, you can see that they are named number 1 and number 2. So they will give you different options here, and if you wanted to try and give yourself some sort of hint on the map what that means, you could also add a marker. So I could say, for example, I just want to put something here that reminds me that this is maybe a merchant, maybe a diamond or something, and then this one I could do for something else. So what do they look like when we jump away from the map? We've really covered most of the map there. One other thing, just before we have a little look at those beacons, sites of grace, you can access a menu of them all by hitting Y. And this will then filter between the different sites of grace you've got. If I had explored anywhere more than Limgrave, hitting LB or RB would flick between the different areas, but I am just purely on Limgrave at the minute here, but I can go to any of these and then fast travel to them with the A. So just for speed, and just to show those beacons, well, first thing we'll do is we'll jump out of here and I'll just show you those beacons so you can see they show on my compass lit up, and if I can get to a point where I can see them a bit closer, I will see a beacon going right up in the sky to help me identify where they are. So let's just run over. There you go. Can you see that up in the distance, that big blue line? So I could also think about fast traveling somewhere slightly closer. So the time I can do that is when I'm safe away from people. And I can use my map to do that. So again, I hit the screens button. And when I'm on this page here, if there's a site of grace nearby where I want to go, I can select it and then travel with it by hitting A. It warns me, do I want to travel there? I say OK. There's no detriment to doing it apart from a load time. So as you're going through the load, if you hit A, you'll see different tips as it's loading. Loading speed really depend on how fast your game is, I suppose. So I'm in this cave here. So you can see right in the dark here, so I need to get out of here. Let me have a little look. I didn't actually realise this one was in the cave. Where's the way out? Is it this way or is it the other? That's going down. It must be this way. Yeah, there we go. Come on. And then we should see those beacons up nice and close because we're pretty close by them now. There we go. So even though there's a rock above it, the beacon shines right the way through it, and there's my beacon there that relates on the map, and you can see that's beacon number 1. So if we finish off just by looking at the map, I can go, cool, I'm here, I want to get rid of that beacon, A to remove it, move to the other thing, and I could also remove that marker if I want it by pressing X, or just, whoops, hang on, put the markers on by X, and then hover over the marker. Is that not working? Can I do it that way? You need to use the right marker there, so the diamond, so I can remove that, and then I've got one beacon left, this one over here, so hit B out, and that's it. That's how the map system works. What if that marker's still there? Hang on, is it gone? Yeah, there you go. It takes a little while to go, but the other one should still be showing. I think it's out of line of sight, so but yeah, we go, there it is over there. There you go. That's how the map system works in Elden Ring. I hope that was useful to you. If it was, give us a thumbs up, please. Much appreciated. I'll be adding more tutorials on Elden Ring as time progresses and I get more used to the game. I hope this was useful. Please subscribe if you'd like to be kept up to date with my latest and greatest. I also cover various other games like FIFA 22, The Witcher 3 and many more. Have a little look, and if you like what you see, please subscribe. Thanks.